Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third-party product review. Today, thanks to the guys over at Robot Kingdom and X2Toys, we're taking a look at the Devastator upgrade kit, aka the X5001. The kit basically includes additional sections for the Combiner Wars Devastator to make him just that little bit more stable, just a little bit more beefy, and give him some rather nicely articulated hands. All the products are stored nicely within the box in cardboard sections. And here we have everything out of the packaging. It's always a good thing, isn't it, when the add-on kit feels like it's made of a thicker plastic consistency than what the actual Hasbro product is. These kits bring back serious memories for me. One of my very first reviews I did, I mean, it was terrible, it was a really bad review, was of the Junkion Blacksmith Devastator kit. Do you remember that? I actually included a link. If you click on the information button up here somewhere, that'll take you straight through to that. I mean, it was literally one of my first videos, so it's pretty bad. Anyway, yes, add-on kits for Hasbro figures. This is kind of where it all began, back with the kind of fans project kits as well. And yes, this is by far one of my favourites. It's very robust, colours are pretty much identical to the official release, and they even include a screwdriver and screw because we're going to be doing a little bit of basic modifying. Now, for the purpose of this video, you're going to want your Hasbro Combiner Wars Devastator to hand, so here's one I unboxed earlier. Right, now looking at the instruction manual, the first thing it tells us to do is to swap out this green section here by unscrewing these 4 screws. Now this is completely optional. Basically you get 2 different variations, and what these do, these change the height of the shoulders. If you look, if we line these up together, this one is actually a tad lower than this one. It sits slightly lower on the shoulder, so that will keep the shoulders lower down and pretty much similar to what we have with Devastator already. The ones that come pre-installed really raise up the shoulders. So what I'll do, I'll install it as it comes out of the box, and then I'll also swap one of the arms around so you can show the difference in shoulder height. Right, the first thing you want to do, you want to grab your Devastator fists, and if you just pull back this section here, pull back this section here, the whole fist section should actually come out. And what you want to do, the fist itself is on a mushroom peg. Applying a little bit of brute force, you can work that off the mushroom peg. Now, those hands, chuck those away, this is what we need. Bring in your new sexy big Devastator arms, flip open this section here, and you'll notice there's a tab here and a tab there. You now need to work this down there. There's a ridge here and a ridge here, so we should just be able to slide it down, and a little bit of force, just give it a push, and there it is. You now want to work your new hand into this section here. Basically, just a note for you, it doesn't say in the instructions how to tell, but if it opens towards you, like so, then you want to be using the left hand, so the thumb is always on the same side as this flap here, so you want to slide that in there until it clicks into place. Straighten out the hands and the fingers, make sure the thumb is down, and that will now flip over, and this will slide into the arm section like so, and then we can just close that back off. Next port of call is to swap out the crotch plates. Basically, I find the easiest way of doing this is by holding onto this purple section here and just applying pressure to the green section, just pops that off. Replacement is just as easy, literally just push that on and push until we hear a click. Hoping you could pick this up on camera, but you see what I mean about the colour matching? That is fantastic. Brilliantly done. Right, we're now going to turn the arms into weapons. So bring in your purple section, and there's a rectangular tab. One side will only fit into one side of the arm, because one side's square, one side's rectangle, so just match those up and just push that in. There's also a handle underneath, just flip the handle up. Bring in your arm section, make sure that this tab is facing inwards. Slide the green section down, bring in your cannon stroke fist, tab that section into the side like so, and this will now stand up quite successfully. Place that down. And now it's the perfect height to be used as kind of a land-mounted missile launcher. Another alternative, make sure this is tabbed in. Rotate this end section down, like so. And with a little bit of manoeuvring and repositioning of his crotch digger, we now have a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher. Maybe they're clutching at straws just a little bit. In all honesty, I'm never going to use these in their bot mode. They're always going to be displayed as a Devastator. But hey, if you like to play with yours, it's a nice little option for some of your roleplay. And we can still pretty much mount everything on in vehicle mode, although it does look just a little tiny bit silly. This new section here is quite easy to install, but once it's on, it's kind of on. I've tried to get it back off again and it's a mission and a half. Basically it comes in and there's two runners that slide into these grooves, and when they're on, it literally locks straight into place. And you've now got all of this section here. This is all new. It can all fold up, all move, and you do actually now have the front to the mixer. I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I was happy with it being like the reverse mixer because it's an official cement mixer. But hey, a lot of people wanted the front section on there, so there we go. We have a front section, and it is fully movable. Everything moves. We've got some extra joints in there. Yeah, again, really, really great colour match. You've got the purple here and the purple there. Pretty much identical. Nothing has changed for the transformation for Devastator. We just have a much wider foot base now, and it just looks that much better. Transformation for the arms, again, is pretty much identical. Only this time we're going to open up these sections here. This is going to slide in and tab into the plug on the arm. Tab that in. And if you see there, there's the section there which is going to tab in to the leg. And same on the other side, just tabbing those in. Bring in your arm, there's a tab in there and there's a hole in there. You want to just marry those two up. Try to do that on camera, so push that in until it clicks, and then we can close that section back off. And we've now got a Devastator arm. You need to make sure that this purple section is always facing forward. So if you've got this and it's at the back here, you know you've got it on the wrong arm. Bring in your arms, that's going to tab into here as usual, and this section here is going to tab directly into the fist, so we can do this without making everything fall apart. Come on, Debbie. Right, that's in, and then locate that in the fist, securing that into place. Do that with both sides. The legs again attach exactly the same way, but we can now put in these leg guard sections. We bring in the gun section. This literally just slides into the underside. If you notice, there's these tabs along the inside here. They are going to tally up with the gaps on the inside of his hands. And here we have the Devastators together. As you can see, it really does add a lot of bulk to him. It's not a huge upgrade kit, but it's just surprising what it can do to him. Now, it's not without its faults. Basically, the forearms, they're a little bit flippy-floppy because where they tab together, where it closes, there's just nothing to lock the Hasbro piece that we installed into that forearm, so the wrists do flop somewhat. Show you what I mean. If you come around to the wrist, you have this section here. If you just, that's too loose. I think if we put something underneath there, like a piece of card, or maybe like a small shred of plastic, it would lock that into place. Basically, where this section comes in, there's nothing just to secure it into the top of the Hasbro wrist. So it closes off and it looks the bee's knees, but it's just a little bit too much play on there. the hand themselves, they turn, they've got a pivot in and out, ball jointed thumbs with a really strong bend there. The fingers are all individually articulated with 2 points on each hand as well. I mean, the plastic quality is exceptional. They feel fantastic, feel very robust, very secure and sturdy. But again, as for the arms, we've got some really great motion in the arms. You've already got the standard motion that comes with the regular Devastator, but you've now got this nice, really nice ratcheted joint. I have the motion forwards and back all the way around. No issues with this chest section here. The shoulders are out enough for really great clearance. The elbow is the regular Hasbro elbow joint. Left and right, a bit flippy floppy going up and down because of the weight of this arm, but that is the Hasbro joint, not the X2Toys fault. You do get that really nice added joint in there, allowing us to bring the arms right round to the front. Coming down to the waist area, we don't gain or lose anything articulation-wise, but these sections here are a lot nicer to look at. You've got nice little yellow accents along those. Very clean paint applications, and again, I can't emphasize enough, the paint matching and the plastic color match is absolutely fantastic. The levels of detailing on those knee sections are absolutely sublime, and the difference that foot can make as well gives so much more stability to that leg. Unfortunately, I can't do anything still about this gammy leg. The feet are still hideous, the way that they stand down at the back there. You've got next to no support on here. I would have liked maybe a block or something to fit underneath there just to give him more kind of more base underneath there, more structure to stand on. But other than that, it is a glorious, glorious set. It's surprising how beefing up a figure, just adding some articulation to the hands, adding some handles to the weaponry, giving these big, chunky, almost Herculean forearms, how much difference that can actually make to an already very good, very popular combiner from Hasbro. Right, now, as I mentioned earlier on, you are able to swap out these shoulder sections for the lower joints. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out these 4 screws here. Now you do get a screwdriver supplied. It's okay, but I do prefer to use my own. It's just a small crosshead. Right, with these 2 sections separated, you want to bring in your lower shoulder section. You want to just twist these so they're facing down. Basically all we're going to do, we're going to remove the current shoulder. Like you plug those tabs in, you'll know they're in securely because they just pop through the bottom. Now plug this back in. Make sure this green section is up. Bring that back in. And that's going to tab. And there we have it, that's the arm changed over. Literally there is next to nothing in it. It's very, very minimal distance-wise. So there we have it, guys. Final thoughts for the Devastator upgrade kit. Firstly, I would have liked something to sort out the other foot. It's the other foot that's caused me the most gripe. But that being said, a nice front to Mixmaster is always welcome. The arm situation could have been rectified by placing a plug on the inside of those wrists. As it is, I've just got a little piece of paper in there at the moment, and it's holding the wrist up enough to hold characters in there, so that's working substantially well enough. I love the articulation that it adds to the shoulders. You get that butterfly joint on the top here, so we can bring his grasp right into the center. That I really like. I like the hands. I love the fact you've also got that kind of rocker motion on the hand as well. Little touches like the leg stroke knee guards are nice. The added detailing along the waist section again was very welcome. Now, of course, the downsides were the fact that the wrists were a little bit wibbly wobbly. But that being said, this kit is a very nice kit indeed. Love the high detail on the arms, love the colour matching, the plastic quality is superb, actually surpasses that of the Hasbro product, which is a little bit embarrassing for Hasbro. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the review, this really does bring back memories of those early upgrade kits that we used to get. Now, I would like an alternative head. I may get the Perfect Effects head, I'm not sure yet. I think there is another company working on a head. Name escapes me at the moment, but obviously we have Dr. Wu working on a new Mixmaster. I'm not sure if that's still coming or not. But as far as beefiness goes, this is our Devastator's version of the Rage of Hercules kit. It kind of adds that much bulk to him and gives him those nice chunky forearms. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks again to the guys over at Robot Kingdom for getting it out to me. And until next time, from myself and Devastator, goodbye.